Hello, everyone. Welcome to Traveling Through Pages. Every page of a book teaches us something new. Similarly, we can learn a lot from conversing with a person. Most of the knowledge we gain from them will aid us in life. And in this show, we will develop a better reading habit and learn how to study well with inspiring and avid readers. I'm on a journey to unfold fascinating pages and acquire knowledge from them. Come along with me on this journey. This is me, Aradhna Umesh, accompanying you today. So today we have a very special guest. Her name is Risha. She is 16 years old, a Kindle bestseller. She's the founder of Straight.From.My.Pen and is a literature advocate. So hi Risha, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing great. It's so nice to meet you. And thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much for coming in and joining us today. Do you mind switching on your video, Risha?
I'm actually facing certain network issues, so I'll not be able to switch on my video at the
Okay,
moment.
yeah, no problem. So do you mind telling more about yourself and what do you do, your achievements?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Risha and I'm 16 and I've been writing since I was 8 and I have written two books so far. The first
Oh,
one is called Twinkling, Tweens and I
mm,
wrote that when I was 11, and the second is called TRUCE and I wrote that when I was 13. And I also run a financial literacy blog on Instagram that's called Straight.From.My.Pen, and I've been running it for about an year now. And apart from that, I work towards encouraging reading among the youth and just spreading the joy of reading. Yeah.
that is so great. It's really nice that someone is spreading joy of reading. Many people are spreading because in this generation, I feel that we need to do that, right? So, can you talk more about your books? You said that you wrote two books, right?
Yeah. So my first book is called Tales.From.My.Pen Tweens.
Mhm.
Uh, and I wrote that when I was 11. So it's basically a corpus of different poems and articles that I wrote as a child. And it's basically a guidebook through life.
Okay.
And so it deals with several issues that a tween generally goes through. So a tween is basically somebody from the ages of 9 to 12, and so it deals with friendships, bullying, school life, teachers, academics, and all of that. So it's about, and since teenage is such a confusing phase of everybody's life, it is often ignored as well. So just to make that experience a lot easier and friendlier for tweens to go through, so that's what Tales is all about.
Mhm. And what
And my
is it?
second one, Rose,
Yeah.
uh, is a fiction novel. So I published it when I was 13. And it's the story of five friends, Tia, Ron, Udit, Clara, and Eddie. And that's how you get the title as well, Truce, from the first letter of each of the names.
Okay.
So it's the story. So each one of them has like a specific issue that they're dealing with. So I've dealt with topics such as self-esteem, body image, friendships, thoughts, relationships, health issues, and so these are issues that mainstream teenagers go through every single day. So it's their story of achieving truce or peace with themselves. So truce essentially means peace. So it's their story of growing through friendships and relationships, and achieving peace with themselves, with their issues. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds really great actually, because both of the books all teenagers can relate. It'll be like a lesson for them. And there's like someone is actually accompanying you. They'll have like a company where someone goes through what the person, the reader is also going through, right? So it's very
Mhm.
relatable. And so how did you start writing? Where did you like get the idea of like, you know what, I'm gonna publish a book?
Yeah, so definitely like publishing, why seems quite easy to do, but then once you get into the nitty gritties of it, it is quite a challenging and interestingly a very time consuming process as well. So from the time you actually submit your manuscript to the time it actually comes out in the form of a published piece of work, that's about 4 or 5 months in the making. So, and what I feel that I come from a family that has and had zero experience with publishing. So it was
Okay.
a completely new genre or a new thing for me to do, and my parents were clueless. So essentially, that's wherein the concept of self-publishing comes in. So generally, the way publishing works is that you send a manuscript to a publisher, and if they like it, that is when you sign a contract with them,
Ah,
and then you publish. However, one key issue is that the major publishers such as HarperCollins, Penn, Twain, these don't these publishers aren't open to new authors as such, since
mm,
for them it's business. So it works on well established authors that they know are going to sell. That is why, to deal with certain issues, there's this concept of self publishing, wherein there is certain self publishers such as Notion Press and Black Swan, wherein
okay.
you submit your manuscript, that editor goes through it. If they see merit, then they publish it. So
Okay.
herein, it's not a complex procedure. You just submit your manuscript, they edit, and then they publish. So you're self publishing it on your own. So for
Okay.
new upcoming authors, and especially authors of a young age, I personally believe that self publishing is the way to go.
Okay, that's really interesting about your opinion on publishing. So, like, what are the tips you would give for like starting for a budding author or a person who wants to write?
So the first tip that I like to give is one is to read a lot. I've
Mm.
been a very avid reader from my childhood, and I believe that those reading habits that were inculcated in me as a child were the reason I am a writer. So to
Mm.
be a writer, you have to be a reader first. So you have to read, and read as much as you can, and read across all genres. Read comedies, tragedies, romances, non-fiction. Just read whatever you can and how much you can. Second is to write every day. Even today, I made a conscious decision to write every day. It's not necessary to write pages upon pages every day, even if it's just a few lines or just a paragraph. As long as you're writing every day, as long as you're practicing your craft, you'll do great. And the third piece of advice would be to believe in yourself. Because as young creatives, very often than not, we're not taken seriously. So, and it's very tough to, at a point of time, just think to yourself, why am I doing this? What's the point of this? Where is this leading me? In situations such as this, you have to just believe in yourself and your abilities. This is what I believe is that unless you believe in yourself, the world will not believe in you. So it's just to read and write constantly and keep working on your craft and to believe in yourself. Yeah.
That's really great. Keep reading, keep writing, and believe in yourself. That's
Mhm.
real great, amazing tips that you have given. Okay,
Um,
so you can you tell us more about your company, like straight from pen, right? That's your company name. Can you tell us more about your company, what it does? And yeah,
yes. So essentially, it started off as an activism blog,
okay.
and this was pre-pandemic. However, once the pandemic hit, I realized that there was so much negativity on the internet and on the news that I didn't want to add to that. So that is when I converted it into a positivity from financial literacy blog. So I used to do a series on it called "What Went Right This Week," wherein
Mhm.
I used to feature all the good news from across the world just to spread positivity and happiness on
Okay.
somebody's feed. And then I personally believe that my blog has evolved as I've evolved. So then gradually, once I came into the 11th grade, I faced an interest in business and finance. So
Hmm.
that's when I started converting it into more financial aspects, and now it talks about what's doing right in the financial industries. And because I believe that finance and society are really, really interlinked. And I also believe that another issue that teenagers go through is the lack of financial literacy. Like, we don't know how to budget, we don't know how to save, we don't know how to do taxes, how to plan out our college or student loans. So that is another issue that is very prevalent among teenagers. So that is also a reason that I do my blog, is to spread financial awareness on basic tips.
Okay, that's really great. And this would also like help you to write every day. Like, I mean, do you still continuing that blog? Are you still
I
continuing?
try to. I try to. So I
Okay.
mean, yeah, it's I'm trying to just manage everything at this point with my
Yeah,
studies and my
I
curriculars.
understand
So I do
now,
the
like
best I can.
11th, right? It would be hard, but still, Yeah, we can like manage our academics and this side by side. Okay, so we have like a rapid fire round. Okay.
Yeah.
So the first question is, what's your comfort food?
It's dal bati. So my
Oh,
grandmother makes the best dal bati. So that's why.
okay. I've never tasted dal bati because I'm from South India.
Really?
Yeah,
Damn, you must. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You must try the dal bati at least
yeah.
once.
Once I surely will. Okay. Do you have any quirky habits? Like example, I have a quirky habit of like eating raw rice. That's like cooked raw rice when they keep
Wait,
it on. I would eat it.
even I love eating raw rice as well. Like without dal, without just
Oh
plain
my
rice.
god,
I do that
that's
too.
great
Yeah, no, definitely. I
to
I don't
know.
know if this qualifies as thwarty, but I have an habit of hoarding books. So
Habit of what?
I have a habit of hoarding books. So I just don't let go of the books that I own.
Oh,
So
that's
I
never
have
heard.
books. So I have books that I've collected since I was pretty much like 2 and 3 years old, and I still have those. So I just don't
Oh, I think
stress
even
myself
I have
regarding.
that habit. Look at mine here. These are all
No,
the
I
books
have,
in my entire life. There's
and I
like
also
a bit more about in my shelf. I don't know where it is.
yeah, and also I buy more than I can read. So every time that there's a book fair or something, I buy and buy, but I that lesser time to read. So at every point of time, I have like this massive pile of to be read books that just keeps adding and adding and adding.
That's true.
So
When
yeah,
it comes to a book fair, I buy a lot.
yeah, I
Okay.
have zero control.
So what's your dream pet? Do you have a pet or?
I do have a pet. I have a pet Shih Tzu, and her
Oh,
name's Zoe.
oh.
And like yeah, she's 3 years old,
Hmm.
and yeah, she's really cute. Mhm.
Okay, your dream job, like what do you like see yourself in the future?
I do want to go into the finance sector, so
Hmm.
probably something related to corporate law or like Wall Street broking. So like, it's something to do with finance for sure.
Okay, that's great. Okay, I think that's how we end our interview here. Thank you so much for joining in, Risha. It's a very great pleasure that I'm talking to you. And yeah, thank you so much. And I have personally have learned a lot today, and I hope the audience too did. Thank you so much.
Thanks